Hey folks, and welcome back to another edition of our NASCAR DFS preview. I'm AustYn from the Sports Chief, and we're going to give you our strategy for Daytona International Speedway this week at the Coke Zero Sugar 400. It's really tough doing these types of tracks because in a matter of seconds, your driver can be shifted to the back or, um, a massive wreck, which typically happens at these tracks, throws off your strategy. So I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think salary is that big of a deal. I think a lot of it is starting position, and as you know, qualifying I don't know if it got technically rained out. I heard it was lightning, but they're postponed and they're starting according to owner's points or driver's points, whichever. So a lot of your lower rated guys are going to be starting in the back, and a lot of your top rated guys are starting up front. So it's going to kind of throw you off a little bit. Of course, passing is a premium here on DraftKings, and to get points, you have to pass cars, and also fastest lap is a big deal as well. So um, I'm going to show you my strategy. I normally do just okay at these kinds of tracks, and it's more luck than anything else, of course. But we'll check it out anyway. So let's go over here to the salaries anyway. So as you're looking, it's like usual. Kevin Harvick is at 11.3, is the most expensive driver, starting in fourth place. Kyle Busch starting in second at 11,000. Truex starting in fifth at 10.8. Brad Keselowski at 10.5, starting in third, and Joey Logano starting on the pole at 10.2. Then the rest of your guys you have towards the bottom there. But as you can tell, Kyle Larson starting in 13th, and then Clint Bowyer in 16th, Eric Jones 17th. Those are your best options as far as starting position. As far as statistically speaking, the best drivers really are. I mean, Clint Bowyer's like probably the best with a bigger sample size. He finishes like average 16th place here at Daytona. The best driver is actually Ryan Preece, but he's only had one start. So Clint Bowyer is pretty good here. Danny Hamlin won the 500. Ricky Stenhouse, as you scroll down here, Ricky's actually won here a couple times. So it's really tough. I mean, one of the things that I look at is practice speeds, but you can't solely go by that. You got to kind of see who the best car in the draft is, things like that. So if you scroll down to the bottom, one driver in particular that I really liked as far as speed, if you look at the top 10 averages and also at the top of the board, was Daniel Hemrick. Daniel Hemrick is starting in 24th spot. I feel very good about his chances of actually probably winning the race. He definitely has the car capable of doing it. RCR's won here before. And I think if there's any kind of track that they can get out of their funk, it's going to be here. And starting in 24th, hopefully he can get me some spots. I thought his car looked fast, so I'm going with him. And also another car that I really think was fast was Austin Dillon, and I'm going to put him with him. So I'm going to keep those Chevy RCR teammates together. Former winner here. Love going that route with Austin Dillon. Bubba Wallace was also fast in practice, starting in 29th. And I'm going to go with Bubba Wallace. Now, as you're looking at this video, you're like, man, you're going through them pretty quick. That's because starting position, I think, is so key. If you look at the past Daytona races, or Talladega for that matter, a lot of the guys start pretty far back in the field that finish up front. And even though you might have a guy that won that started in the top 10, I don't know if he really gets enough points to merit that. And I think you could see Austin Dillon or Daniel Hemrick leading this race. Bubba Wallace is starting 29th. I just feel like he's going to get a lot of passes if he finishes under green. Also, scrolling up here, the only other driver that I would even think about going with the fast cars is Clint Bowyer. Eric Jones possibly, but I'm actually just going to kind of keep it a little lower on. So, and Brendan Gaughan, how about this? Starting in 39th is 7,200. Boy, they really adjusted for that. And I'm not going to go with Brendan Gaughan, even though he's been finishing so well. I think he's a smart pick just because of where he's starting, but I'm not going to go that route. Chris Buescher, to me, is one of the best restrictor plate drivers I've seen in a while. And yes, I'm sticking with Team Chevy. I think he's got a good car. And I'm also going to go with Ryan Preece to pair him up. I'm pairing all the Chevy guys. I think Chevy's going to be bad fast here, and that's where I'm going. So going with him. As I can scroll up here, Kyle Larson starting 13th. He was pretty quick in practice. Matt DiBenedetto starting in 25th. David Reagan in 27th is also another good guy. Who should I go with here? So looking at these guys through here, I think you have to pick a guy starting, pretty far back in the field. Gosh. Ryan Newman has shown some speed. He's starting in 18th. Ricky Stenhouse, of course, is in 19th. This is pretty tough. uh, and Ryan Blaney, he's really good in the restricted plates as well. He's starting in 10th, but that's a pretty high starting spot for me anyway. Gosh. I tell you what, looks like, one guy I'm definitely going to go with is, and I know he's going to be chalky, but I'm going to go Matt DiBenedetto. He looked really quick in practice, and I think I'm just going to go with him. Yep, I think Matt DiBenedetto could win it. So let's clean it up here if I possibly can. So my best driver, salary-wise, this week is Chris Buescher, 6'8", 22nd starting spot. Second is Austin Dillon at 6'6". Third would be actually Matt DiBenedetto. Fourth would be Daniel Hemrick. Fifth, Ryan Preece. And then I'm going Bubba Wallace at 5'3". So there you have it. There's my lineup. The Coke Zero Sugar 400. So, yeah, I'm definitely going against the grain. It's definitely a tournament strategy. It's just because in the past I've used some of the better drivers here and they just get burnt. I feel like if I pick guys that are all starting in the 20th spot, it leaves me a safety blanket to kind of, hey, if they get in the top 15 and up, and hey, if 6 of those drivers get in the top 15, I'm going to be in the money. And heck, if one of them wins it, you never know. So that's my lineup. Anyway, so if you got any questions, check us out on www.thesportschief.com. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram. Also, check out the Twitter page for those of you still listening to look at our AEW All Out pay-per-view giveaway in Chicago at the Sears Center. It's a pretty big deal for the Sports Chief. Just hit us up, just follow us, and you'll be entered into that drawing to win 2 free tickets to the AEW event that's pretty groundbreaking. So we're pretty excited about that. So retweet us, follow us. You can win some free tickets, and also, hey, you get these awesome tips every week for NASCAR. So hope you enjoyed, and have a good July 4th weekend, and best of luck to you.